I still remember that night, the sound of forks on plates, the fake laughter filling the room, and me sitting at the end of the table like a guest in my own life. I just said softly, I can help with the bills, trying to offer something kind, but my sister-in-law looked right at me and said, just shut up, widow. We didn't ask for your charity. Everyone laughed, even my husband's brother. I smiled, but inside I felt something change. A silence that wasn't weakness anymore. It was planning. They thought they silenced me that night, but that was the moment I decided to take everything back. If you've ever been insulted for being kind, stay with me till the end, because what happened next turned my silence into power and their comfort into dust. And if you've ever been underestimate dubris to this channel and it, that like button, because this one's for you. After my husband died, I stayed with his brother's family. They said it was temporary, but months passed and I became invisible. I cooked for them, folded their clothes, said thank you for every crumb, and they still made me feel like a burden. They called me lucky for having a roof. I called it survival. That night when they told me to shut up, something in me woke up. I didn't cry this time. I just went to my room and looked at my husband's photo and whispered, you trusted me, and they'll soon understand why. I opened the safe box that night, the one my husband had locked before he died. I hadn't touched it in years. Inside were papers, old yellow papers that could change everything: property deeds, business shares, bank accounts, all under my name. He had trusted me more than anyone. I cried quietly, not because I was sad, but because I realized they thought I needed them when in truth they had been living under my roof all along. Around 3 in the morning, I called our family lawyer, Mr. Reynolds. He was half asleep, but when I said my name, he woke up instantly. I said, it's time. He paused for a second, then said, consider it done, Mrs. Harris. For the first time in months, I slept without a single tear, because I finally remembered who I was: not a widow, not a burden, but the owner of everything they claimed as theirs. The next morning, the doorbell rang. 2 men in suits walked in with legal papers. I sat at the same table where they'd laughed at me the night before as the lawyer read the documents. My sister-in-law's smile disappeared. Every asset, every account, every property legally transferred to my name. She shouted, this can't be real. I looked at her and said, it's as real as your words last night. I told you I wanted to help with the groceries, and now you don't even own the fridge. Then I picked up my cup of tea and walked out of that house without looking back. I moved into a small place by the sea. Quiet, humble, peaceful. I started a small charity for widows to help them find work, a home, and their dignity again. Because I know what it feels like to be silenced, and I know what it feels like to rise again. The sound of waves replaced the sound of insults, and I realized silence isn't weakness, it's strategy, and when it speaks, it changes everything. People think revenge is loud, but real revenge is peace. It's the smile you wear when those who hurt you have to live with what they did. They told me to shut up, so I did, and in that silence I took everything they owned. If anyone ever told you to stay quiet, remember, this silence is not surrender, it's preparation. And when a woman finally stops crying, the world should be afraid of what she's about to do next. If you felt this story, share it and subscribe to this channel, because somewhere out there another widow is being told to stay silent, and she needs to know her silence can shake the world.